great to have Samson Siasia with us. Coach, it's great to have you.
Nice to be here, man.
All right, let's talk about your very first. Let's start. You played as a striker now. What was the very first game you remembered playing as a striker?
Well, I'm not just only a striker. I play a lot of different positions. I can play as a point man, play as a sit-side and support striker. I play on the right side, sometimes on the left side. So that was why when Onukashi came in, because I didn't pass that ball to Rashid. So I actually went to another position to play. So
okay.
I can't remember exactly which of the games I can actually remember. Maybe during the under-20s World Cup in Russia, that would be, I was support striker with Mondial, and that's what I can remember.
I would like to know, when was the very first time you cried because of a football game? Maybe while growing up, you saw this match and you were like, nah, it was awful as my team lost. Can you remember the first time you cried because of a football game?
No, I never cry. I'm from Bielsa State. We don't just easily cry like that. Well, we don't cry. What we do is, if you've done your best, giving your best at every given game, I think why you cry, you have to learn from your mistakes and try to correct them. I think the biggest aspect of that would be the 1994 World Cup when we lost against Italy at the last minute. So games like that, you have to learn from them as a coach and as a player. I've been a player before and a coach. So I keep telling people that for us to move forward, sometimes we have to go backwards a little bit to make those corrections. I will keep doing the mistakes over and over again. When an African country win the World Cup, we're not ready yet. We lost at the time. Because then we have to go back and make those corrections while we're trying to prepare, on time. So it's very difficult. But all the same, we're learning. And if you don't learn from your mistakes, I don't think you can actually achieve anything.
Undoubtedly, you've been a successful manager. You're still coaching. Can you remember the very first time you stepped into the dugout? Your very first match, can you remember how the feeling was? What game was it?
That would be, I can't remember the team though, that would be the under-20s when I came from America. Under-20s, 2000.
That was your first time as a coach?
Yes. Not, I used to coach your team.
Okay,
but right in the dugouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I think the first game, I can't remember the country though, but the under-20 actually exposed me as a coach, not as a player. They used to know me as a player, but being a coach, was a big risk coming from America with all the problems we had to try to put the team, which I did eventually. But it should be the under-20s, qualifiers. That's what I can remember.
Okay, good. Let's talk about some key moments in your coaching career so far, especially with the national team. The name Samson Siasia began to ring in people's ear after that 2005 Under-20 World Cup. But most specifically, the final against Argentina. I would like to know what was going through your mind before the final. You knew Messi was the best player in the Argentina team. How did you have any plans stopping him? Were you able to sleep that night? Did you do any pre-match ritual? What was the feeling like? Just talk us through that period.
In the Netherlands?
Yes.
Well, the Argentina team was a very good team, and Messi actually he didn't play the first two games. He was on the bench. He came in and he started because he was 17 back then. So when he started playing, he was just awesome. Even though both penalties they scored, it wasn't like his normal way of scoring goals and all. But we knew that was the talent that was growing on. We felt bad about the two penalties because we talked about it. Talked to center defenders, don't slide tackle in the 18-yard box. We repeated, watch videos and say, this is what you have to do, this is what you shouldn't do. The two center backs did tackle and they committed those fouls and we lost that game. We played well, we scored a goal, but still, just because you have players that don't listen. Then after the game they start crying. I said, what are you crying about? simple thing. It's just simple thing. We told you not to do this, but you did it.
But coach, honestly, do you think that man, because from 2005 to this period, different coaches over the world have created plans to try and stop him. Do you think he's stoppable in a football game?
Right now, we just said a couple of days ago that it's not stoppable. Even Van Dijk, as big as he is, in Liverpool said, Messi is just something else. He's something else. Guys like this come once in a century. We keep comparing him with Ronaldo. Now they're two different players. On a good day, Messi will just fly. On a good day for Ronaldo, the same thing. So they are two of the best players in the world. But right now, after the game they played against Liverpool, they keep saying Messi is the best again. So that's
it's like
everybody's opinion, if you have an opinion on it. So he has dealt with me a couple of times, so I know him. But up to today, I keep saying he's one of the best because what he has as a player, individually, Ronaldo doesn't have it. So I think that's the hedge. People will say that he's one of the best.
Okay, coach, I want to put you on the spot now. You've coached a plethora of Nigerian players from the 8th grade to the Super Eagles. You've seen a lot of training session. If you were to mention one player that trains the least during training session but always shows up in matches amongst the players you've coached in the national team, which player would that be?
Victor Moses. Victor is crazy.
He doesn't really put much in training, but on match day,
Victor will tell you, Coach, this is what I do. I'm not serious. I say, Victor, if you're not serious on training sections, how can you play? He said, that's it. In the games, I kill them. I tell Victor, look, if you don't do well here, you won't play. He started, putting efforts and all. But that's what Victor is. He's never serious on practice. I guess that's why he didn't play that much games in Chelsea. Not until this guy came back and
I would like to know, do you have any sort of finding system for players in case they come late to camp? And if you had one, which player is usually culprit of that, coming late every single time?
Yeah, you can't remember because some of them, it's like they keep changing. One comes late today, the other one comes late.
Mention some name.
What we do is everybody gets into the bus, so you can always say this one comes late, and when the bus moves, everybody has to be in the bus at the same time. So.
Okay. Finally, let's talk about your career as a manager now. If you to mention one player that you trust with the ball, that never misses the ball, would always be with the ball, which player would that be?
Mikel.
I think I've heard that from a lot of people. Do you think
it's actually, he has that,
you can't get the ball off him.
You can hardly get the ball off him, but if you do get the ball off him, they will go and score against you.
Alright, coach, thank you very much for talking to us. It's a pleasure.
You're welcome.
Alright, that's Samson Siasia. It's been a pleasure talking to you.